Well, it's just more rain. It's very wet, and now our forecast says that we have a pretty intense freeze coming, which the last couple of years is not uncommon. Used to be uncommon, but the last couple of years is not uncommon now. So we're just gonna start preparing for that, making the necessary adjustments in the field, covering, and then hoping for the best. So the pigs they just love these beet greens, and we're making a lot of pickled beets right now in the kitchen. So we'll go out, we'll pick a couple hundred bunches. We'll take the root off, give it to the kitchen, and then put these in the cooler and just kind of slowly but surely feed them. They love it. Well, that don't look good. Whew. Dropping pecans. Picking before freeze. It's a good picking. Look at those. Try that. Golly, look at them. So, of course, really cold weather coming. And so, basically our plan now is get everything we can picked, right? The forecast keeps changing. It keeps getting colder. So, get everything we can picked. And then get everything covered. And we're just going to leave all the strawberries covered for the next, probably for the next 10 days. That's the plan. Going to feed the pigs a little bit and then head home. All right, day 2 of what I'm calling freeze preparation picking. He's been on the phone with every other produce farmer in the state of Texas to talk about this storm, which is pretty normal. There was actually a little frost this morning, and the little Arctic blast hasn't hit us yet. You can see it starting to melt on this frost cloth. But we did check blooms, and blooms are good. You can see them here, still bright green. So those are good. No frost damage yet. I'm gonna finish picking today and then get these tucked away and covered. I hadn't turned the breaker off of this well, got it drained out. Mrs. Farmer Froberg found something that the pigs really like. You might be wondering how we pull the frost cloth out. This is how. Uncle Alfred, you know anything about cows?
I don't know nothing about cows.
Well, they're at the Christmas tree farm. Yeah. We're gonna see if we can push them back to where they came from. I'm gonna do my best Reverend Wild Ranch impression. Come on, cows. So we have the first actual cold event that is going to happen in a couple of days that this flock will experience. It will probably, they're saying it might get into the teens one night, maybe for a couple hours. That's pretty abnormal for us. We don't normally have weather like that. But we've elected we want to create really hard birds for going out on pasture. And so these birds are about 5 weeks old now, almost 6 weeks old. And so they have all of their feathers. They're going to be inside of the brooder. And so they'll have their heat lamps on, but we've elected to not turn on the gas heaters as we go into this cold event. It's time to stop babying them and really condition them into being tough out in inclement weather like this. Good Lord, the wind is it's whipping. Well, we changed our mind as we creep closer to this pretty extreme cold weather, at least for us. We've elected to turn the heaters on. I had this idea that I wanted to create a hardy chicken, and we do want to create a hardy chicken, and I did not want to do a disservice by, artificially warming this thing up and keeping them nice and comfy. But then it hit me that like that's not our philosophy on raising animals. You know, like we do want to keep animals comfortable, and yes, we want to create hardy animals. But we have a lot invested now in this batch, and if it did get too cold in here and I came in and something happened to even just one bird, I wouldn't feel right about it. And so philosophy changed. We are going to artificially heat the brooder during this storm, even though the birds are completely feathered out. And would they probably be fine because people brood chickens in this type of temperature? Yes, but we're not going to take the risk. We're not going to take the risk. We're going to keep these guys comfortable. They're going to be happy chickens. They're already happy chickens. They're enjoying the outside right there. We're gonna keep them happy. Strawberries look like a field of snow. We just have a little bit more to cover, and we'll be done. Picked a lot of those little onions. We've really been picking a lot of beets for pickling, and then of course the pigs have been enjoying those beet greens. I figure I'd come out and pick our dinner. Temperature's definitely dropped. We got some nice heads of cabbage. This is about the perfect size. This is market ready. This is what we would like to sell in our fresh market. It's like a nature documentary, watching them crack these pecans open and eat them. They like crack them and then they eat the pecan out of the shell. We had left a field of sunflowers to go seed and then just shredded it with a light disc on that. The sunflowers are coming up thick, so I'm going to show you all what they look like, and then we'll make sure to come back after this cold weather and see if they make it. Okay, so you can see sunflowers coming up galore. This is exactly what we want for our agritourism. This makes a nice thick canopy of sunflowers. We can mow a pathway through. So we're going to see how cold hardy exactly these things are. Thick frost on the ground this morning, and so it begins. Kind of hard to see in the camera, but it's there. Well, my truck's in the shop, so Uncle Alfred's coming to get me this morning, and it's cold. The storm is here. It's pretty cold, especially, all of our temperatures have to be taken in consideration for where we are. It's really cold for where we are. It's about 33 degrees this morning, and it's just going to keep getting colder. The next 2 days are the two worst days. So, giddy up. It's about 33 degrees outside, and they are not worried about nothing. They're not bunched up. They're doing good. Let's go check on the pigs. Whew, it's cold. About 31 degrees. Light breeze. Let me tell you, that breeze bites. Well, they're not in the barn. Where could they be? We had moved them into a little paddock with the corn maze, and they are unaffected by the cold. Seemingly unaffected. Is it cold? Are you one of the cold ones? Are you cold, little friend? We had moved them on to where we had our corn maze this year, thinking once the storm has passed, they'll come out of the barn and enjoy finding the old corn and stuff laying on the ground. But here they are in the middle of it all. Well, it just started to snow, and we thought we'd come out and check on the flock, and they love the weather as much as the pigs do. You can see the snow in the camera right there. We officially have snow. You can kind of see it. It's not like heavy, but it is snow. That's we're making our way around the farm. You realize how much more comfortable the animals are in the cold than we are. They're built for this. Well, it's about 21 degrees Fahrenheit this morning. Coldest we've seen in a while. Just checking on the animals here at the house. And then gonna run to the farm, check on the pigs and the chickens, check on the strawberries, see if we can get a look up underneath that, our frost cloth, get a look at some of the blooms and see if we have any damage yet. We can go from there. All right, it's 21 degrees.
Just a nice warm day. About a 40-degree difference from Nebraska.
Noah, my good buddy, the Shiloh farm is here. We came to check on the chickens this morning. They're loving it. We did end up turning the gas heaters on, so it's comfortable in here. It feels like $1,000,000. You can tell they're comfortable. So no worries here. Hey guys, I guess these are the cold ones, and those are the warm ones. They seem like they're loving it. Honestly, it's about 21 degrees right now. And like I said, these gilts are out here just eating. I think moving onto the old corn maze ground was a smart move. They're really loving it. Our shade cloth here is frozen. This is just wild. We're not used to this. What you got there, lady? It's cold, but they don't mind it. The ladies at the egg wagon are unfazed by the freezing temperatures. So is Noah.
I'm unfazed as well. Doing just fine. Did you highlight the snot coming out of my nose? Or?
Yeah, we got
Okay.
it. We got it. All right, this is the last really bad day. We're up in the 40s now. I think we have one more day where we just hit like 30 for just an hour or so. And so we are unwinterizing everything. We're out at the chicken farm now. Just getting the water turned back on so we don't have to haul water out here. We had one little fixture break out here. It's at the very end of the line, so we're just gonna cap it for now and go ahead and roll on. We won't be back down there till the summer, and so we can put a new valve down there once the egg wagon makes it to that part of the pasture. Verdict is still out on strawberries. So far, I think they look good, other than like some outer rows getting some damage. But we'll see. Right now our plan is to open up this weekend for U-Pick. So we'll see.
Getting right off that end and
Everything's perfect. We just got back from the chicken conference.
Not all I can say is let's get the berries off.
Let's get the berries off. We just got back from the chicken conference. The boys uncovered everything, and I mean, shine the light over here, Uncle Albert. Look at that strawberry. We're opening up U-Pick tomorrow. It's go time. Whew. Exciting to see that strawberry field uncovered, especially after being on the road for a couple of days. And you know, first day of strawberry season for Pick Your Own it's an exciting time around the farm. I ate one of those berries. It's going to be so good. I'm going to check on the pigs and in the little brooder for our laying chicks, just to check on everything. The farm team's been taking care of them the last couple of days, so I just want to put eyes on them. And then head home and rest up because tomorrow's going to be good. Hey, pigs. What are y'all doing? Did y'all miss me? Definitely seems like y'all missed me. Now your post-freeze sunflower report. We've gotten lots of warm rain, which is really good. As you can see, we have sunflowers. A little frost damage on some. Some honestly just came up from this little rain. We got a few scattered in there. So, you know what? We're happy about that. That's a big, big W. I wanted to make sure I made a really good closing for this video of navigating this extreme cold weather. I say extreme as it relates to us, of course. We were gone for a couple of days going to a conference, but we're back at the farm. We actually started, I don't know if you can see right here, people coming in from picking strawberries, but you know, the berries under the tarps look really good. Overall, we fared really well. There were some positives to this storm. We got moisture the day before as it blew in, which did several things. The first thing it did was it got the ground wet. You know, plants that, so specifically, of course, plants that are dry, but just plants in general, when they're able to get some moisture, if it's not too much, they'll get some resilience. And then what happened was those frost cloths got some moisture on them and they froze that next night, and it created an igloo. And so besides, I'm talking about 2 or 3 plants on each row on the ends. The plants just fared so well on the strawberries, and the rest of the farm looks good. Just one single broken valve. We're very happy with that. All the critters were good. Everything was good. So overall, a very cold 3 days, but with good preparation, a very successful 3 days. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, drop your questions in the comments, and we'll see y'all on the next one.